Americans spend over $300 billion a year on emotional shopping. But does it actually work? As a decluttering and mindset coach, I've worked with countless people who use shopping not just for essential, but as a coping mechanism. I've seen how it starts as a comfort and ends in emotional overwhelm. Retail therapy is supposed to make us happy, but what if it's actually burying us? Today we're unpacking the emotional roots of shopping, why we do it, what we're really seeking, and what it's costing us, not just financially, but emotionally, psychologically. Here's what the science tells us. When we shop, our brain gets a hit of dopamine. That feel-good chemical lights up the reward system. The same system triggered by food, love, even certain substance. It's fast, it's familiar, it gives us the illusion of progress, even if nothing's really changed. But dopamine is temporary. That high fades, and when it does, we're often left with regret, clutter, and the same unmet need that pushed us to shop in the first place. One client told me she would shop after difficult conversation with her partner. Not because she needed anything, because it gave her a sense of control. At least I could choose something, she said. But those bags piled up. Her space shrank, and so did her ability to cope with what was really going on. Another person had a garage full of open boxes. She said the act of buying made her feel hopeful, like she was one step closer to life she wanted. But the truth, the more she bought, the more distant that life became. Often what we call retail therapy isn't about the item. It's about managing something deeper we haven't named. Loneliness, stress, a need to feel seen, a need to feel like we matter. And that need isn't shallow, it's survival. There's a history behind this too. Post-war capitalism rewired our society. Women were told that shopping was empowerment, that buying was self-care. And decades later, marketing has only sharpened that narrative. You deserve this, treat yourself. But what happens when what we're buying doesn't actually fill the emptiness we're carrying? One woman I work with bought an entire set of skincare products after a hard day. It wasn't about skincare. It was about soothing the sting of being dismissed at work. She said, it made me feel like I mattered again. But a week later, those bottles were just another layer of clutter. Another but countless of candles. Not because she needed them, but because lighting them made her apartment feel calm. The habit began with intention, but eventually became a reflex for managing loneliness. Clutter for many of us isn't laziness or disorganization. It's emotional armor. Every item can become a symbol of survival, of trying, of coping, and shopping becomes a way to feel in control when everything else feels unsafe. And this is key. Clutter often reflects our internal state. When our mind are overwhelmed, our space follow, and the cycle continues. We shop to feel better, we feel worse, and we shop again. We don't just pay with money. We pay with our mental load, our shame, our disconnection, our peace. But here's the hopeful part. The urge to shop is not the problem. It's a signal, a clue. It tells us something in us needs attention. When I work with clients, we pause the scroll, the tap, the click, and instead ask, what am I really seeking right now? Sometimes it's rest. Sometimes it's acknowledgement. And sometimes it's just a moment to breathe. One simple strategy we use is called the inner ask. Before making a purchase, take 30 seconds to close your eyes, hand on your heart, and ask, What do I need right now that money can't buy? Another approach, delay and reflect. Wait 24 hours. If the urge to buy is still strong, journal about the emotional state that triggered it. Is it fear, boredom, loneliness? That reflection can diffuse the compulsive cycle. And if the item truly adds value to your life, great! But at least now, it's an intentional choice, not an emotional escape. And over time, these small pauses create space. Space to feel, space to choose, space to heal. Because here's the truth. We don't heal by collecting more. We heal by connecting more with ourselves, with others, with the unmet need beneath the surface. The next time the urge to shop hits, ask yourself, what is my art really asking for? No shame, just awareness. One layer at a time. Subscribe if you're ready to explore healing from the inside out. We're just getting started. Now, what's the most surprising thing you've ever bought during an emotional moment? Drop it in the comment below. No judgment.